Yeah, Joao, hello. How are you doing? Let me just introduce
I
you
Good, thank you.
to to guests at Built Environment Mixer, being Mixer by PropertyTalents in Warsaw right now, but also everyone who will be watching this on any platform. So from launching Manufaktura in Łódź to globetrotting through Turkey, Netherlands, Portugal, Joao's has been taming retail spaces for over 25 years. He has seen it all, you could say, from the rise of e-commerce to the fall of food courts. Now Director General at White Property. I won't even try to list all the awards that you have won, Joao, in your career, probably more than Cristiano Ronaldo. Would this be true?
Well, not yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So tell me, you worked in Portugal, Poland, Turkey, Netherlands, all around the place. What cultural differences you could say you have noticed in team management, business culture, shopping centers all around the place? Is it easy question? I hope not.
Well, it's a very interesting question. It's obviously there are a lot of cultural differences. Especially when I had my first experience abroad, which was in Poland, and there were obviously differences from a southern country versus a country in Central Eastern Europe. But the main difference is, of course, the working culture and how the things are structured. But in everywhere where I worked, I was find the highlights and the best part of it. So having moved from Poland to Turkey, so that was like night and day. How business is done and how it's the
Why?
things.
Why? Why? Give me specific examples.
Yeah, of course. So we think, first of all, negotiation. It's a kind of almost a religion in Turkey. You understand? We always negotiating. We're saying in Turkey that we start negotiating after we sign the lease agreement. So after we have everything settled, you start doing all the negotiation. So it's never stops. It's endless negotiation. Moreover, of course, we're talking about a much bigger country, much crowded country. So that has a lot of influence on how the people they work and they perform. There is a much higher levels of stress on people, and because the city is so big, Istanbul versus anywhere else, I found Poland actually quite sort of relaxed, easygoing country to work versus some other places. So in many ways, I would say Poland is somehow more similar with the working culture of Portugal than probably Turkey is. So, but it's definitely exciting to have that experience all over.
Oh yeah, it's hectic in Istanbul in all the dimensions. And I remember we met in Istanbul way back in time. And I made a
Exactly.
tour of several shopping centers. I was amazed. It's like a couple of 100 years ahead of whatever I've seen in Europe. And I you will always be in my memory as the guy who seven levels before type below the mixed use zero level concept. That was amazing with all the entertainment business centers and all this. I think
Yes.
tell me it's a little bit like in a nutshell. How was it? Yeah. Were you just following the guidelines of your like management, or did you actually contribute a lot to the concept of Manufaktura? Anytime I pass or drive by Łódź, I say to my kids and my family, we need to go there just to spend a couple of hours, an hour, maybe a couple of hours.
Manufaktura, it's one of a kind, and it will be always in my career as an exceptional experience. When I joined when I moved to this project in 2005, which was very different what it is today, and it's impressive how this city has redeveloped so incredibly. So what the contribution that I gave is actually, it was a general team contribution because no one has had any experience before in managing a downtown, a city center, a full quartier of redevelopment, mixed use with leisure, with art, with shopping, with a big Rinek. So that was something unique all over Europe. So when you look back then, the success of Manufaktura today, it's also part how well it started from the very beginning. It was a really hard work to take it from the ground and make it in a city that back then it wasn't as lively and as developed as it is today. So it was like the kickoff of a new world, a new future for Łódź. And I'm very proud of having contributed for that as well.
And so basically you contribute to this mixed use idea of placemaking concept as well, back in the day when before it has become the household name for successful investment, right? Mixed use is the kind of mixture. Okay, and look, but I cannot avoid asking the question about the types of management styles in different companies you've worked with. You started with Sonae Sierra back in the day with Norte, which I recently visited myself as well. My kid is there on the Erasmus program. Of course, we visited a couple of the biggest assets there, and it still amazes me how interesting a combination of historical background. I understand some historical industrial backgrounds you could see in the center itself, and cosmic toilets, as I mentioned, recently. So we started with Sonae Sierra, then we moved on to Poland with Apsys, right? And then we moved to Multi, growing up the ranks with Multi as well.
Exactly.
And all across the place as well in Europe. Is there a specific difference in management style or cultures in those companies, you would say?
Yes. Well, of course there is. I would say that between Sonae and Multi, there is a lot of similarities. Actually, Multi in Portugal, when I was working for Sonae Sierra, they were kind of following the steps of Sonae Sierra, which was the leader and the initiator of the major shopping centers in Portugal. Basically, the major difference between the two companies is that Sonae Sierra was kind of focused in out of town shopping centers connected to residential areas, and Multi was doing inner city, downtown shopping centers. So Multi had some kind of a vision, more of a placemaking community downtown. So in terms of management, they were similar. They were both became multinational companies, very strict, reporting to different owners, and looking always to be the best in class wherever they were in that city. So I had the opportunity actually to be in both sides and having either Sonae or Multi as a competitor, as a direct competitor, and which is still happening today actually in my current role. And this is very exciting to have had the chance to be in different sides. But my Multi experience was a bit longer, so but it was both, always great. So each company has his own way of working, and I have to say that Apsys, the Apsys Group experience in Poland, it was unique in an extremely positive sense. It's a great way of working, great family, I will say, and always caring for his own employees and always looking to be not being necessarily the biggest, but doing it with a lot of caring and a lot of love of the project that they have been doing. So, and that was really great to be part of it.
I mean, yeah, let's admit, Apsys assets like Poznanie or Manufaktura, they will stay as the city-making kind of facility. I was there at the opening of Poznanie, and it really made a huge impression on me as well.
Yes.
So shopping centers in general, where do you think shopping centers are as an asset class? Where is it heading right now? Will it have to compete with e-commerce still, or do you think this was a spike due to COVID and all the limitations in physical presence in shopping centers and so on? What's the future?
Since I started in this industry 28 years ago, almost 28 years ago, of course, a lot has changed and continues to change. I don't believe that the e-commerce it's a competitor, but more of an integrator. So what the shopping centers are heading to technology, digital as much as they can. They're heading to sustainability. They're caring about experience, about placemaking. So this is how the shopping center have to be positioned themselves in the future. They have to be use the formula that how we started 25 years ago about having a just retail, food court, cinema, hypermarket. This formula is no longer valid for many of the projects. So they have to find different uses like clinics, like different citizen shops, municipal city services. So all those kind of anchors that are able to attract a daily footfall, and in order to actually see that the online really it's not a competitor but an integrator of the retail experience.
Adding more functions to the answers,
Exactly.
right? That's the
Exactly.
secret for not only for
Exactly.
survival but also for potentially thriving again.
Exactly.
Also,
Exactly.
I just had a chat with Marcin Klammer, who is head of PRCH, Polish Council of Shopping Centers in Poland, and he just mentioned that the footfall figures in Poland are now above pre-COVID times. Why so, do you think?
Yeah, actually, this trend is the same in Portugal, and it's interesting. We are having better numbers than 2019, which is our last year of reference. But what is interesting is that the sales are way higher than this previous year. So we are now not noticing that the average basket per visitor is much higher. We have increased in our shopping centers, in our portfolio that we are managing in Portugal right now, an increase of 30%. The average basket versus 2019. So we do see a lot of consumer spending. We didn't see that that the online really took the sales down. I think we have a lot more retailers looking for space and a lot in experience, having concepts that are not easily necessary to always to replicate online. When people want to come and try, they want to have the digital experience on the spot, and having more activities within the shopping center. So people got a little bit tired during COVID times being at home. They are really looking for dining experience, art experience, cultural experience. So this is how the shopping centers will find their own way in the future. On the other hand, there is also another group of shopping centers which are doing extremely well. And this goes back to my experience in the Netherlands, which is the convenience proximity shopping centers, which is very, very common, this type of projects. This is also happening in Poland, which I had the opportunity to see recently. The shopping centers closer to where people live. And this is also another type of business which is doing extremely well, and people will be looking to shop at those places.
But if we go at a higher kind of a higher level of abstraction, shopping function probably has gone through some evolution where shopping centers need to become more than just a platform for shopping.
Exactly.
Experiential kind of platform. Okay.
Exactly.
And so no matter how digitalized we become, and especially the next generations after us, that are probably stifling when you take away from them the smartphones, they like air. Anyways, human like DNA will prevail, and people will need to go outside and meet people and rub elbows with everyone. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the positive signal. Yeah.
But the expectation from the client are what we noticed over the years is that people are really having high expectations. So they want places, shopping centers that are well connected to public transportation, that they have the right temperature, they are ready to complain, they are ready to go on social media. So this is a huge difference to how we started in this industry, So the people back then, 25 years ago, people were discovering the shopping centers. So everything was new for them. So everything was back then an experience. Today, what we used to do is not enough at all. And people are requesting more and more and more. So that makes us professionals, from this industry to be even more to learn, also to keep us updated. But when you work with passion on the industry, you follow and you try to be ahead of those demands and try to raise expectations, also your own expectations very high to fulfill them.
Yeah, amazing. So that's a different facet or angle to digitalization, meaning shopping centers have all the capacity and tools to be immediately available for interaction and communication with their clients. But at the same time, it's the other way around. Tenants, but also on B2C kind of B2C dimension, right?
Consumers.
Are also, consumers, very quick to react to anything they don't like, with sometimes very harmful content on any social media platform or stuff. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
Exactly.
So digitalization is fine, but that's how to say, double-edged sword, right? It will be good for, it can be used by both sides. And so shopping center owners, tenants, owners, operators need to be aware of that, and so they need to somehow upskill their teams as well to follow the trends on social media. Maybe even like using all the AI tools or web scraping.
Exactly.
Or whatever, and using. I mean, not reading all the comments. Probably we're now diving into more technicalities, but that's interesting. There are applications as well that will alert you, give you red alert, for example, if the sentiment about your asset or specific shopping center and so is negative or below neutral. Okay, so you read
exactly.
There are applications to scrape Instagram, Facebook comments, whatever about your asset, specific asset, right? And then as soon as your team, shopping center management, or maybe headquarter asset management team or whatever, sees this red alert from Instagram, from Instagram related to Norte Shopping Center in Porto, so you know how to react right away. Moreover, you can automate this. Have you ever been?
Exactly.
Have you ever thought of something like this? That kind of
sure. We are
flow.
Yeah, well, the marketing has changed a lot, going back to those old times where we were talking with media companies where to place the best outdoor locations, where to put the best posters. This is all gone now, and now we all focus about digital on social media, which is true. That can be your best ambassador, but it can be also your biggest enemy, so you really have to look after. And the difference is that you cannot turn off. This is 24 hours, 7 days a week, so that you have to be looking after your brands that you are managing. And at for instance, my current job, we are working with different companies, different owners, and they have really different perspectives about this kind of things, sentiments, reactions. So we have to be permanently alert what's going on, when we are sleeping. We might wake up in the morning and we might have a crisis that we didn't even anticipate, right? So it's the business. It requires a lot of self-demand and from the teams as well to be really attentive to these new trends.
And this is where, again, I will not be able to avoid this. This is where AI tools could help owners, operators, to be able to react immediately to whatever is going on, especially after some training. After some training,
exactly.
Agents, agentic approach to AI or multiple, big language models and some large language models. Okay. Joao, just as I expected, we could go for forever with this conversation. It's so great to catch up with you after a couple of years of being out of touch. And you will always be in my memory, I think in memory of many people as well, as somebody who introduced Manufaktura type of assets into Polish real estate markets. Thank you very much. I hope to be in touch.
Thank you very much.
Later on, we will definitely multiply and scale up this kind of platforms, as we call B Mixer, Built Environment Mixer, for different cities and so on. If you want to have such a project of such a platform, let's say in Lisbon, go ahead and nominate. I just had a similar event in Porto, by the way, a month ago or so. Amazing people, amazing meeting and so on. We keep in touch.
So we'll be very happy to host a B Mixer in Lisbon. And not today because it's rainy, but we hope you will have a very sunny welcome in Lisbon. I'll make sure about that. Thank you very much. Again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
History maker of Polish retail.
And I keep loving it, Poland, and I'm very impressed going back to Warsaw and see what has been going on. And I'm very proud of all Polish that are making this country so amazing.
Thank you very much, John. In touch with trust.
Thank you. Cheers. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Obrigado. Ciao.